What's up, guys? The goal of this video is going to be to take all four mufflers off of the back of my LS400. You can see there's those two, and then there's two farther up in there. I've actually already tried recording this video once, and I got absolutely nowhere. So I deleted that footage, and I'm trying again today. But this might end up in only removing the last two mufflers. Because I'm not in the mood to cut things right now, and I just want to unbolt them, and I don't really mind trying two different setups on this car, but I do want to have it loud at least once, so you can see there's those two mufflers there, and you can see, if I can point to it right there, there's like a flange, and I unbolted it and took the clamp off, and it would not come off. It was rusted together, so I tried to use my angle grinder to cut it, and there wasn't a whole lot of room, and then it ended up getting so hot that it just kind of welded itself back together, and it is completely sealed. So I kind of gave up on that and just went to bed. So I don't know, I'll probably have to try the angle grinder method again, just in a better spot. But I may just try it as a quieter setup right now at first, because I think these last two mufflers will be easier to take off. So I'm going to try to take these last two off, and then I may just leave it at that for this video and run this for a little while. And then if it is too quiet for my liking, then I will probably make another video just taking the angle grinder straight to those other two mufflers and getting rid of them completely. And we can see the difference in how they sound. So I forgot to record, and this may look a little sketchy, but I've already tried it and it didn't work. So what I've done is I took the bolts off of the two flanges, and I sprayed WD-40 on them to kind of let it soak in there, and these things will not come off. So naturally I attached a chain to the back of my mom's car on the tow hook and tried pulling them off, and instead it decided it would just do a burnout and not even budge. So I might have to put this video on pause for a little bit, and then whenever I feel like it, pull out the old angle grinder and just chop them off. Alright, so update. As you can see, we have one muffler removed here. I just had to cut it. I got a really nice clean cut, as you can see, because we only do professional work around here. So I started with the angle grinder. I shredded the blade. That was terrifying. So I decided, since I was already halfway through both pipes, that I wasn't going to use the angle grinder anymore, trapped underneath the car where I can get a piece of blade stuck in my head. So I got two hacksaws, started hacking at it, and I don't know, after a few minutes I was able to get one side off, so now I just got to work on the other side. And it took a lot less time than when I was cutting my friend Jonathan's muffler off his Honda, where we just sat there with a hot hacksaw the whole time doing it, and that took forever. So the angle grinder helped a lot. You can see it is not straight right there, so I'm probably going to try to hammer that out and get it straight. And then I may go to the auto parts store and get like two downturn pipes, and then just put them on there so that it kind of blows the exhaust down and not up into here, where it could maybe leak into the cabin or anything. And it'd also make it look a little cleaner. And I think this will be quiet enough to where I won't have to put it back together when I sell it, because I'm pretty sure from what I've heard that this is usually pretty quiet on these cars. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one off there, and then we will lower it down and get a cold start. Okay, so mission successful, got both of them off. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now until I may go get two tips to put on the bottom. I don't really know if it even needs that. I might just leave them like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up and get a cold start, and then once it's started and warmed up, I'll give it a few revs. Okay, so I forgot to record this whole process, but I cut the other two mufflers off. You can see I used my angle grinder and got a nice clean cut right there. So you can see we only do professional work around here. It looks nice and good. I actually used my angle grinder on like probably a little bit more than half of it, and then the blade exploded, so I couldn't use it anymore. So basically I just yanked on it and wiggled it back and forth a ton of times until it eventually ripped. And then I got the other two mufflers off, and I was gonna do like get some pipe and then route it out the back like a single exit, but I just don't really feel like doing that right now. So that might be in a later video. But I did get this downturn tip from O'Reilly's down the street. I'm just gonna put this on it to kind of clean it up, and also tilt the exhaust gases away from the car a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on in there and also straighten out that metal a little bit. And then we'll start it up and give it a few revs. So I got the tip on. It actually hangs pretty low, which I may have to fix at a later date. We'll have to see once I lower it if that scrapes pretty bad. If it doesn't, then I'll probably just leave it. But since there's no hangers attached to that part, it kind of hangs pretty low. But that'll just kind of keep the exhaust out away from getting inside of the cabin and stuff. And it also looks better if anyone happens to see it. So let's go ahead and give it a cold start. And once it's warmed up, give it a few revs. So there is cutting the 4 mufflers off of my 95 Lexus LS400. That sounds way better. This is pretty much the sound I've been wanting to go with the whole time. And if I end up keeping this car a little bit longer after I lower it and everything, I will probably do a single exit here and then just have like a small muffler here and then just kind of like a 4-inch tip right there. And just do a single exit just because I think that would look a little bit better. But it definitely sounds a lot better now. I still have the burners on it, but I'm gonna put the coilovers on tomorrow and lower it, so then I'll take those off and put the nice wheels on and it'll look a lot better. So I actually think that video is gonna come out before this one, the coilover video, but still. It's still, I mean, it's a pretty deep idle too, and it sounds, I mean, it could sound better, but it definitely, I would rather have this than it being completely quiet. So thanks for watching, and please leave a like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram at Nick Jarnap, and I will see you in the next video.